You know, you really have to forget everything you think you know about AI. Seriously, we're not just talking about cool chatbots or image generators anymore. We are standing right on the edge of a brand new era, one where AI doesn't just create stuff, it acts. This is the dawn of the agents. Okay, so let's break that down. What are we actually talking about here? It's called Agentic AI, and you should think of it less like a piece of software and more like a new kind of digital employee. These aren't just tools that wait for you to type something in, they are autonomous systems. They can reason, they can plan a whole series of actions, and then they can actually go out and do them to get a job done. And the very second, these agents start taking action, the stakes change. They change dramatically. This is not just some tech trend, it's a full-on regulatory earthquake. As FINRA, the big financial regulator, points out, the moment an AI can do something on its own, all the old rules about who's in charge, who's liable, and who's responsible, they get completely rewritten. So to really get our heads around this massive shift, we're going to walk through the key areas that are being totally transformed. We'll kick things off in the world of software. Then we'll jump over to commerce and finance. We'll tackle the huge challenge of how to govern these things. And finally, we'll explore what it all means for us, for our jobs, in this new human-agent alliance. All right, let's start right where the agents first really showed up in a big way. Software development. And let me be clear, this isn't some small update. This is a complete revolution in how we build our digital world. So here's the most important thing to understand. The job of a software developer is changing, fundamentally. In the past, an engineer's value was all about implementation, writing those perfect lines of code. Now, their value is shifting to orchestration. They're becoming more like a director or a conductor, defining the big picture, and then managing a team of AI agents who do the actual line-by-line coding. This new style even has a cool name, vibe coding. Yeah, vibe coding. So instead of writing out all this rigid code, a developer just describes the vision, the vibe, in plain English. An AI agent then spits out the first version. The developer refines it just by talking to it. Hey, make that button a little bigger, or add this login feature. And the AI handles all the boring stuff, the testing, the optimizing, and even deploying it. And don't think this is some small experimental thing. By 2026, a truly mind-blowing 41% of all code written on the entire planet is being generated by AI agents. This isn't a forecast for the future. This is happening right now. And this quote from Tony Gentilcore at Glean, man, it just perfectly sums up the long-term impact. He says code itself is becoming the new Latin. It's foundational, it's historically important, but it's something that very few people will actually need to speak fluently anymore. The new way we create things is just by talking. Okay, so if agents can write our software, you can bet they can also do our shopping. And that brings us to the dawn of what people are calling A-commerce, or agent-driven commerce. Now, the really wild thing here is just the speed of this change. We're seeing an absolutely explosive 1,200% year-over-year jump in retail traffic coming directly from AI sources. People aren't just searching on Google anymore. They're telling their personal AI agents, hey, find me the best running shoes, and letting the agent do the work. And listen, this isn't just bots clicking around and window shopping. No way. This is high-intent traffic. Shoppers who show up at a website because an AI agent sent them there are 38% more likely to actually buy something. Why? Because the agent has already done all the homework and vetted the options. By the time it points a human to a site, the decision is pretty much already made. So this forces every single business to ask a fundamental and honestly, a kind of unsettling question. In a world where all the research and decision-making is being handed off to an algorithm, who exactly are you trying to sell to? And the answer is as simple as it is world-changing. Your new number one customer is the agent. Businesses now have to optimize everything, their data, their pricing, their inventory, not for human eyes, but for machines to read. Because if an AI agent can't understand what you're selling, then to its user, your business might as well not even exist. From commerce, we're going to pivot to the highest stakes arena there is, finance. Because here, the speed, the precision, and the efficiency of these agents, well, they aren't just a nice to have. They represent a whole new algorithmic edge. And the business case? It's just undeniable. For every single dollar financial firms are investing in these autonomous systems, they're seeing an average return of $3.50. And that incredible return on investment, it's being driven by these massive gains in just pure productivity. Firms are reporting, on average, a 55% jump in operational efficiency. Agents are just taking over all these complex, data-heavy tasks like compliance checks, risk analysis, you name it. But it's not just about speed, it's about precision. I mean, just look at this comparison. In wealth management, even when you have 2 humans checking the work, that's the gold standard. The precision is still less than 95%, and people still deviate from the rules. The agentic system, 100% precision, 100, with perfect policy adherence every single time. Okay, so this kind of power, automating code, commerce, and capital, it inevitably brings us to a whole new and really complex set of challenges. This is what we're calling the governance gauntlet. It's this urgent global race to create new rules for this new power before it gets too far ahead of our ability to actually control it. Now, regulators are definitely not just sitting on their hands. Europe's Big AI Act, for example, is basically creating a blueprint. It sets up these clear, non-negotiable rules for any system that's considered high risk. And yeah, that includes most of these financial and autonomous agents. And this isn't just a friendly suggestion. It mandates strict rules on how data is handled, on transparent documentation, and, most importantly, on making sure there's always a real human in the loop. Financial regulators like FINRA are going even deeper, and they're identifying totally new kinds of risk. They're worried about stuff like objective function drift. So imagine you tell an agent to maximize profit. If you're not careful, it might do that by breaking a bunch of rules you never intended it to. Or there's competence simulation, where an agent acts super confident, way more confident than it should be, and that could trick humans into trusting a really bad recommendation. So, given this incredible power and all of the immense risks we've just talked about, where does that leave us? Well, that brings us to our final and maybe our most important chapter, figuring out our new role in this human-agent alliance. So here's a really fascinating and kind of counterintuitive idea for this new world. In a world that's just flooded with AI-generated everything, the label human-made could become the new Gucci, the new hallmark of luxury and real value. As Amerkan Dogon from Glean points out, what separates us shifts from being able to do a task to what he calls creative stamina, that uniquely human thing where we can hold a vision, navigate messy problems, and just push through. And that is the absolute key takeaway for our own work. Our role is shifting away from doing the hands-on execution. Our value is moving upstream. It's about providing a clear vision, using our nuanced human judgment on what the AI spits out, and making those high-level strategic calls that guide the agent's work. We become the strategists, the ethicists, the editors-in-chief. And all of this leaves us with one final critical question that we all need to be thinking about. As these autonomous systems get better and better, as they handle all the tactical work that used to define our jobs, we all have to ask ourselves, what is my uniquely human advantage? Is it empathy? Is it my ability to build trust with another person? Is it my creativity when I'm staring at a problem nobody's ever solved before? Because the future isn't going to belong to people who can compete with agents on tasks. It's going to belong to those who can figure out and double down on their uniquely human strengths.